Alright, so my name is David Sanford, and this is my final for my IDT online class. What I'm doing is I'm showing how I met all 5 standards and substandards under those standards. Alright, so the first standard is how did your work in this course prepare you to facilitate and inspire student learning and creativity? Alright, so A says promote, support, and model creative and innovative thinking and inventiveness. I created a comic book to satisfy this sub standard here. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Alright, so in the comic book I did major presidents in math. I used math to get to the number of a major president, and I talked about the major president and information about him. Alright, so D, model collaborative knowledge and construction by engaging and learning with students, colleagues, and others in face-to-face virtual environments. Alright, so I did field experience at the campus school at the University of Memphis. And what we did was we got a chance to talk. I got a chance to talk to other university students and teachers and figure out how they learn and how the teachers teach, and certain things that the teachers do, such as how to get the students' attention. And I also talked to some of the teachers and learned many things from them. I talked to most of them face to face. Alright, C is to promote student reflection using collaborative tools to reveal and clarify students' conceptual understanding and thinking, planning, and creative processes. Alright, so I created a lesson plan, and here's the lesson plan. Let me get to it. Alright, so I created a lesson plan here. And what it is students learning about physical features of North America. And when it gets to the end, what they're going to do is what they're going to do at the end of the lesson plan, and that's after the computer, they're going to be in groups of 3 to 4, and then they're going to review each other's work. And that's how they're going to reflect on what they've done as far as completing the assignment in the lesson plan. Alright, how did your work in this course prepare you to design and develop digital age learning experiences and assessments? A, design or adapt relevant learning experiences that incorporate digital tools and resources to promote student learning and creativity. For this sub standard, I created a Prezi. And here's my Prezi. What I did for this Prezi was I created this Prezi about YouTube. And I used the digital tool Prezi to create it, and it promotes student learning and creativity because I put like the pictures, and then I talked about how YouTube is this and YouTube is that. I put in like a screenshot of YouTube videos, and just seeing that motion there in the Prezi promotes. Just seeing that motion there promotes student learning and creativity. Is going to make the students want to create one. Alright, customize and personalized learning activities to address students' diverse learning styles, working strategies, and abilities using digital tools and resources. Alright, so during my field experience, I also created a lesson plan. And what I did was, in the lesson plan, it was about graphs. It was about like a pie chart, bar graphs, diagrams, and in the lesson plan, I had pictures as well as text, so that students who learn by pictures will understand what a pie chart is, when I tell them, and then students who learn by text, who learn by reading, I have that information there as well, and I also presented the PowerPoint. Alright, so D, provide students with multiple and very formative and summative assessments aligned with content and technology standards using resulting data to inform learning and teaching. Alright, so I'm going back to the lesson plan that I created. And the assessment for the lesson plan was for them to create this table here. And when they created this table, based off of this here. 1 was pointing to a physical feature, 2 was pointing to a physical feature, and 3 was pointing to a physical feature. And then in the table, I had to give the rationale of why they chose Rocky Mountains for 1, or why they chose Great Lakes for 1 or 2. And then they had to give the differences between them. And I graded them. I assessed their information through this table here. Alright, the third standard is, how did your work in this course prepare you to model digital age work and learning? A, to demonstrate fluency in technology systems and the transfer of current technology to new technology and situations, I created the Prezi. Let's go back to the Prezi. And the Prezi, like I said, it was about YouTube, and the fact that I actually created the Prezi about another Web 2.0 tool shows how I demonstrated fluency in technology systems and the transfer of current knowledge to new technologies and situations. Alright, C, communicate relevant information and ideas effectively to students, parents, and peers using a variety of digital age media and formats. I did a video capture to qualify to satisfy this standard. So this standard, my video capture here was about how I would use video capture as far as communication with teachers, how I would use it teaching with students, and how I would use it like for projects with students. And this is me here. Alright, so D, model and facilitate effective use of current and emerging digital tools to create, analyze, evaluate, and use information resources to support research and learning. To do that, I did an assignment called coding, and what I did was I learned how to code using this website. What this website is lets students and teachers and whoever learn how to code by creating like certain mazes or whatever, and through the maze you have an objective, and you're gonna get your man to move through the maze by using code. Alright. Alright, so how did your work in this course prepare you to promote and model digital citizenship and responsibility? Alright, A, advocate, model, and teach safe, legal, and ethical use of digital information and technology, including respect for copyright and intellectual property, and the appropriate documentation of sources. In my field experience, I had the chance to talk with students and show them how to use the computer, how to safely use the computer, and how to go to certain websites and how to use certain links without veering off and going into wrong or inappropriate websites. B, address the diverse needs of all learners by using learner-centered strategies, providing equitable access to appropriate digital tools and resources. During the field experience, as I said, students were able to use laptops and computers. And what I did was I would like log into the laptop and computer for the students so that they were able to use those appropriate digital tools and resources on the computer and the computer as well. Alright, C. Promote and model digital etiquette and responsible social interactions related to the use of technology and information. When I would see students using the technology wrong, I would tell them, don't use it that way. You're supposed to type instead of hitting the buttons too hard. Don't throw the mouse, or keep the mouse down, or when you click on something, don't click it too hard. Just click just a little bit so it'll last longer. I was showing them how to use the technology and how to appreciate and respect the technology. Alright, so the last standard is, how did your work in this course allow you to engage in professional growth and leadership? A. Participate in local and global learning communities to explore creative applications of technology to improve student learning. Okay, so in my field experience group, I had different people, different kinds of people and races in that group, and we all talked about how we were going to create our lesson plans, and how we were going to use the PowerPoints and things to create those lesson plans. Exhibit leadership by demonstrating the vision of technology infusion, participating in shared decision making and community building, and developing the leadership and technology skills of others. Also, in the field experience group that I was in, we talked about and reviewed each other's work and made sure that we were all following appropriate, etiquette as far as how to use the tools and how to show the students how we're using the tools while we're presenting our lesson plans and things like that. And we also learned how to use certain slides, and we presented the actual information in front of the classroom and the teachers as well. C. Evaluate and reflect on current research and professional practice on a regular basis to make effective use of existing and emerging digital tools and resources in support of student learning. Alright, so on multiple occasions during my field experience, our groups met up multiple times on a regular basis, and we met up so that we could create our lesson plans, and so that we could figure out how these students would react to the lesson plan, and how it would support student learning. How it would actually support what the students are learning in the classroom that they're in. And that's when we created our lesson plan. That's how that was things that we were looking at. Those were the things that we were looking at, instead of just creating something out of the blue and thinking, oh, the students would learn this. All right, and that's my final. And that's how I satisfy those. This is how I satisfy all of those standards and substandards. Unfortunately, I only get like 15 minutes of video from this Screen-O-Matic capture here, so that's why I kind of abbreviated on certain things. And right now I'm at 13 minutes and 53 seconds, so I think I did pretty good. But yeah, that's my final. My name is David Sanford, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation through PowerPoint and Screen-O-Matic. Thank you.